Russia woke up to fires it cannot explain. Last night, Ukraine did not launch an attack. Ukraine launched a message. And if you've been watching this conflict daily, you already sense something has fundamentally shifted. Drop a comment right now. Do you think Russia's oil economy can survive another month of this? Read every single one. Here's what actually happened. Overnight on April 26th, Ukrainian drones struck the Yaroslavl oil refinery, one of the most strategically critical energy facilities inside Russia, with a refining capacity of 15 million tons of crude per year. Fires broke out on the premises. Simultaneously, Crimea came under a massive drone assault, with explosions reported near the Kacha and Belbek airfields, in Balaklava, near Sevastopol, and multiple surrounding districts. Ukraine's security service confirmed hits on 3 Russian military ships, a fighter jet, and air defense assets, all in a single night. This was not a one-off. This was the latest strike in a campaign that is quietly dismantling the financial engine of Russia's war. Now here's the question nobody is asking loudly enough. If Ukraine launched more long-range drone strikes than Russia in March alone, over 7,000 systems, some reaching 1,500 kilometers deep into Russian territory, then what exactly is Russia's air defense actually defending? Because the numbers tell a story the Kremlin does not want told. Russia's total oil exports fell 43% in a single week in late March, from 4.07 million barrels per day down to 2.32 million. That 1 week alone cost Russia an estimated $1 billion in lost revenue. Think about that. 1 week, $1 billion. Gone. Satellite photography confirmed that Primorsk, one of Russia's main Baltic oil ports, lost 40% of its storage facilities. Ust-Luga lost 30%. Both ports were still unable to handle oil shipments well into April. And these are not replaceable overnight. These are fixed export arteries. You cannot move a port. If you're just finding this channel, hit subscribe now. We track this conflict every single day. Not weekly summaries, not Monday morning recaps. Every day. Because in this war, 24 hours changes everything. Now here's what makes this campaign different from everything that came before it. And this is the part most analysts are underreporting. Ukraine has conducted confirmed engagements against 237 air defense-related targets between June 2025 and March 2026, including launcher units, radars, and 196 radar and electronic warfare systems. Ukraine didn't just start hitting oil facilities. Ukraine first spent months quietly blinding Russia's ability to stop it. The strikes on refineries and terminals are not the campaign. They are the result of the campaign that already happened. Ukraine's deputy defense minister noted publicly that Russia simply cannot produce enough air defense systems to protect its vast territory. And independent analysts at the Institute for the Study of War confirmed it. Russia has not fully developed or deployed the mobile interceptor systems needed to stop repeated massed drone strikes. So Russia is not losing this air war because of bad luck. Russia is losing it because the math doesn't work. Too much territory, not enough shields. And Ukraine has figured out exactly where the gaps are. Ukraine recently fielded an AI-enabled drone that is harder to detect, immune to jamming, and carries longer range, while Russia has focused on mass-producing a small number of models without meaningful innovation. One side is iterating, the other side is repeating. Now consider the targets still untouched. The Yaroslavl refinery was hit last night. It operates with a refining capacity of around 15 million tons of crude oil annually and is described by Ukraine's general staff as one of the key facilities in Russia's entire oil refining industry. That's not a secondary target. That's a Tier 1 economic artery, and it just burned. Reuters estimates that strikes on Russian refineries have already reduced total Russian refining capacity by approximately 17%, or 1.1 million barrels per day. And the campaign is not slowing, it is accelerating. Here's what Russia told its own people. The strikes were largely intercepted. Meanwhile, satellite imagery showed fires burning at the Rosneft-owned Tuapse refinery, which processes 12 million metric tons of oil annually, for a second time in less than a week, with oil storage tanks visibly ablaze, and an oil spill spreading across approximately 7 square kilometers of the Black Sea. You cannot intercept a 7 square kilometer oil spill. You cannot intercept footage that civilians are uploading from their windows. You can only lie and hope your own people don't smell the smoke. Russia has now threatened European countries against funding Ukraine's long-range drone production, warning of unpredictable consequences and accusing European leaders of dragging their countries into direct war with Russia. But Europe didn't blink. Germany committed 300 million euros to Ukraine's long-range strike capability. Norway signed a joint drone production agreement and donated 560 million euros. The Netherlands pledged 248 million euros. Belgium pledged 85 million euros. Russia issued a threat. Europe wrote a check. Russia has missed out on 40% of a potential oil windfall, billions that were supposed to flow in from soaring global oil prices, because Ukraine destroyed its ability to export at least 2 million barrels of oil per day. At a moment when Russia needed that money most, to fund a war it cannot seem to end, Ukraine took it off the table. And this is where it gets uncomfortable to say out loud. The infrastructure Ukraine has not yet hit is still on the list. Export infrastructure like Primorsk, Ust-Luga, and Novorossiysk cannot be relocated. They are fixed assets that will remain as vulnerable as they are central to Russia's economy. They have been hit before. They will be hit again. The cumulative damage to Russian energy infrastructure now appears to be outpacing Russia's capacity to repair and replace it. That sentence, from a detailed open-source military analysis, should be read twice. Damage is outpacing repair. That is not a setback. That is a structural collapse in slow motion. Every day this campaign continues, Russia loses something it cannot buy back. Export capacity, refining capacity, credibility with its own people. The fires last night in Yaroslavl were not an isolated incident. They were installment number 40-something in a campaign that did not begin last night and will not end tomorrow. So here is your question for today, the one I want you to answer below. At what point does economic damage from drone strikes actually change Russian decision-making at the leadership level? Is there a threshold? Or does the Kremlin absorb losses indefinitely? I want your read. Leave it in the comments. If you followed this analysis and you want this level of detail every single day, not summaries, not headlines, consider subscribing. This channel exists because people like you believe the truth is worth tracking, one strike at a time.